Welcome back to another reading and correcting with me, Kindar, the Tiger Writes, and Ty, the Tiger Supervisor. These are where I read a chapter from one of my stories and correct it as I go. If you want to listen to these live, it's every Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time on Twitch. And if you want to support me, that is on my Patreon. Today we are doing Chapter 8 of The World Which Is. A class is available for your selection. How? How is there a class available out here? There's nothing. Hello? I call out. A class means someone instead of a node. How far do they have to be for the system to consider them as valid? A quarter kilometer or something. I don't remember the number, but I know it's one of those cases where the system isn't working in train of trains like most of its large numbers. Hello? Shit, what if it's rich? Back to what? Scare me to death? That can't work since this is telling me there's someone. I call up the list of available classes before they walk away. List of available classes. Explorer. That could be Rich's class, with him running all over the place. Never heard of it, though. Call up its basic description. Right now isn't the time to get info dumped on. System query. Class. Explorer. Explorers are those who need to know what's out there. They will research it or go and discover it or confront it directly. Those who select this class rarely stay in one place for long, being driven to know what else is out there. Explorer gain +1 in intelligence, health, endurance, and 2 skill points per level. When selecting this class, you gain the skill. That's not capitalized. When selecting this and that isn't capitalized either. When selecting this class, you gain the skill Drawing Cartography Specialization. If the skill is already present, it is increased by 3 level. Core Ability, Direction Sense, Locations. That's not bad. It would have been nice to get a strength bonus, but health and endurance means my stamina and hit points will go up without having to do anything about it. And who'd say no to more intelligence? A direction sense is nice, not that I'll need one once I'm back home. List class abilities that don't have prerequisite, name only. System query, class abilities, truncated. Class abilities, Explorer, truncated. Field research, maximum rank, ranks 11. Momentum, maximum rank 16. Planning ahead, maximum ranks 26. Taking it on the nose, maximum ranks 51. That looks research heavy. Although taking it on the nose sounds fighting related. That would come in handy. As a guard, I call up his description. System query, ability, taking it on the nose. Your endurance is 50% more effective when soaking up physically related damage. Additional rank increase the effectiveness by 1%. I whistle. That's 50 rank later, but a doubling of damage absorption is nothing to sneeze at. And while it's not 1-for-1, since I can get ability points from quest more frequently than attribute points, my endurance will have gone up too. With that, that's not going to have a choice but let me be a guard. My enthusiasm dips. No, that might still force me to do crafting. Like they all tell me, my class doesn't define what I do. Stop. That's for the future. Right now, I get to make a choice. I glance at the timer. Time remaining to make selection. 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 46 seconds. And I have an hour and a half to make it or until they move out of range. So how about I don't waste time? I hesitate. I do this and there's no turning back. I mean, this is better than anything my dad chose for me, but the alternative is to have to take a chance on whoever I walk across on the way back, if I can even make my way without a direction sensibility. I know court is somewhere north of here, but I have no idea where north is. I select the class. Class selection made. Explorer. Are you certain? Yes, no. Yes. Now, even if they move out of range, I have a class. Class selected, Explorer, level 1. As an explorer, you gain 1 point in endurance, intelligence, and health. Okay, yeah, I need to add in health. I forgot to change it to fix it here. And 2 skill points per level. As a human, you gain a point to assign where you oh, right. I think I flipped this. Yes, all right. Yeah. Okay, I can undo all that. Because this is the system starts with the attributes. All right, class selected, Explorer, level 1. As an explorer, you gain 1 point in endurance, intelligence, and health per level. As a human, you gain 1 point to assign where you desire per level. You have 1 point to assign. Do you want to assign your point at this time? Yes, no. No. I'm pretty sure that I'm putting it in strength, but I've heard too many horror stories from back when the old folks didn't know how. I keep, this is another one of those mistake I keep making. Who for how and how for who. I keep flipping those words. I know why, because they're only the three little letters arranged in different ways. It annoys me that I keep missing them. We didn't know how this went about those from back when the old folks didn't know how this went from. Oh, okay. I've heard too many horror stories from back when the old folks didn't know how this went about those who put everything they had in what ended up being the wrong attribute for their class. You gained the skill drawing, specialization cartography. As an explorer, you gain 2 skill point. As a human, 2 skill point per level. As a human, you gain 1, and that is a number skill point per level. To assign. Actually, yeah, it's 1 skill point per level. Yeah. You have 3 skill point to assign. Do you want to assign your points at this time? Yes. No. No, absolutely not. That's going to require even more thoughts than the attribute, since buying a new skill with a point saves me months of training. You have gained the ability, direction, sense, location. When you think of a location you have catalog, you know where it is. To catalog a location, all you need to do is enter its zone. The more you have explored the location, the clearer its direction will be. Select your first ability from those available to you. Field Research, maximum rank 11. Any skill used to learn about creatures you have cataloged are 50% more effective. To catalog a creature, you only have to have fought it once. Additional rank increased the effectiveness by 5%. Momentum, rank 16. Maximum rank 16. So long as you are running and maintaining 2 points of contact on a surface, you can continue to move even if the surface is not horizontal. Maximum angle from horizontal where the ability can be used, 135 degrees. Additional rank increase the angle by 3 degrees. Planning ahead. Maximum rank 26. You gain the skill researching, specialization geography. When researching geographical location, you progress 50% faster. Additional rank adds 1%. Taking it on the nose, maximum rank 51. Your endurance is 50% more effective when soaking up physically related damage. Additional rank increases the effectiveness by 1%. I almost cursed the inability to tell it to just give me the ability names. Almost. If I had, I would have missed my way out of here. Momentum. With that, I don't have to worry about finding a hole I can climb out of. I can just go back to that last one, run up it, and be out. I select it, then I grab taking it on. I select it. I can grab taking it on the nose with my next level. You have selected the ability Momentum. Are you certain? Yes, no. Yes. Ability selected. Momentum. Maximum rank 16. So long as you are running and maintaining 2 points of contact on the surface, you can continue to move even if the surface is not horizontal. Maximum angle from horizontal where the ability can be used, 135 degree. Additional rank increase the angle by 3 degrees. Cost 10 stamina per second. That would have been nice to know ahead of time, but it explains the endurance bonus for a class that probably has a lot of sitting down and read type of abilities. Two of the starting ones are almost pure research. Class selection class selection complete. Do you wish to update your sheet at this time? Yes, no. Notice, you are at a threshold. Notice, you are at a threshold moment, choosing day. Some changes to your sheet can only be made on threshold moments. This moment ends when the timer reaches 0 or you finalize your sheet. Choosing no at this time finalizes your sheet. Yes. Without the looming deadline, I have the time to look things over. Name, Dennis Michael Carpenter. Species, human. Ethnicity, Caucasian. I actually don't know if I will be keeping this. This is one of those. Actually, you know what? I'm making the decision right now. I had put it there because it was my way of stating without ambiguity that Dennis is Caucasian. Um, I'm not a overly descriptive writer, and I have this habit of writing character. I have an entire book where I basically never mention what the character looks like. So I am. This was going to be my way to circumvent that, but I don't like it. Height 173 centimeters. Weight 81 kilograms. Class Explorer level 1. Experience 0. Ability list. Direction, sense, location. Rank not applicable. Momentum. Rank 1. Available points to distribute 0. Attributes. Strength 10. Dexterity 13. Endurance 17. Intelligence 13. Charisma 13. Aether 9. Health 15. Available points to distribute 1. Stats pool. Statistics. Statistics pool. Hit points 165. Mana 90. Willpower 3000. Stamina 195. Inventory slots 4. Base weight capability 115 kilograms. Base damage 11.5. Damage soak 15.55. Running speed 17.3 kilometers per hour. Skill list. Dexterity training 13. Endurance training 15. Health training 15. Intelligence training 15. Strength training 15. Climbing 11. Cooking 12. Dodging 15. Drawing specialization cartography 1. First aid 15. Fishing 15. History 15. Jumping 12. Kicking 15. Not tying 3. Manipulation 6. Math 15. Oration 3. Parrying 15. Perceiving 8. 8? Okay, that I'm going to have to double check. Because I believe there's a mention somewhere that he's maxed out his perceiving. Punching 15. Running 15. Swimming 11. Sword fighting 15. Available points to distribute 3. When I focus on my name, I get the option to change it. Not happening. It's my name, I'm keeping it. No experience, of course. Actually, that's going to like that. No experience, of course, but from now on, that number is going up. My attributes are, well, human. We all start with the same thing, with only our training to increase the effectiveness, the effective pools, which look decent. Although those 4 slots are going to be way too easy to fill. First investment of my own will be a good backpack. Skill relating to my attributes are at the top of the list, so I'm always reminded I should work on them, or so grandmother's always saying. There are as they've been for the last few months, but they're no longer limited to 15, which was my age, or even 16. Now that I have a class and a level, the only limit to them is how much training I'm willing to give them and points I have to put in them. Since I'm not assigning my point right now, that's not a threshold. And that's not a threshold thing. I approve my sheet and confirm it's what I want. With that action, the timer fades away. My choosing day is over. I am now and will always be an explorer. You have discovered a ruin. Darlington Nuclear Power Station. The structure was built before the system and fell into disuse afterward, slowly being taken over by nature. No relevant skill for additional information. Explorer quest complete. Completion step 1. Discover a ruin. I undo this. Explorer. Um. Yeah, I don't like. I'm not a fan of the naming, but I suck at naming these things. So, as much as I want to change it, I don't know how. Like, it feels like it should be Explorer Quest Completion, name of the line. Okay, so let's try this. Explorer Quest Completion, discover a ruin. See, I don't like it. Yeah, no, I'm gonna bring it back. Yeah, I'm going to have to run this by my co-scripter and a few other people, just to, because yeah, it doesn't work to me. Anyway, completion step 1: discover a ruin line. After hard work, research, and long trek, you have discovered your first ruin. Rewards: 2,197 experience, 1 ability point. Explorer quest completion step 1: find a cache. Okay, you know what? Let's just remove the line. Find a cache. After searching through the ruin, you have come across your first cache. Rewards: 1,098 experience. You have gained a level. You are now level 2. Experience required to reach your next level: 3,465. Well, that's unexpected. I mean, I know every class comes with some related quests. My dad's about making wood items. The farmer's about preparing the ground, planting, harvesting. I guess it makes sense that an explorer's quest would be about finding places and things, but completed just by being here? Okay, I did discover it. I got the message, but the cache? They would be some sort of hidden place where I find loot. I didn't get any. I take the gloves out. I had to explore to find the locker they were in. I guess that how hidden they have to be to qualify as a cache varies. When those who go to the dungeon talk about caches, they always make it sound like one of the experts has had to work at finding them. I pocket them again. Second level means an ability point to assign, and that one I know where it goes. I call up the ability list again, limiting it to what I can choose. No, no, no. I need to change the wording to that because otherwise I don't have a choice. Um, okay. Because the reason is that now that he's taken momentum, there's all all the abilities that would be dependent on momentum would be available. So I cannot simply, in that state, I'm limiting to what I can choose because I have to name new stuff. So, and the thing, like, he knows what he wants, so he's not gonna bother. I don't bother calling up the ability list. Okay, I don't bother calling up the ability list. I'll go through every ability once I'm home and Dad locks me in my room. It'll give me something to do. I select taking taking it on the nose and approve it. Ability selected. Taking it on the nose. Maximum rank 51. Your endurance is 50% more effective when soaking up physically related damage. Additional rank increase effectiveness by 1%. Cost none. There. Now I can be a guard. With nothing else to take care of, I turn to head back to the last cracked ceiling and stop. On a hunch, I call the list of available classes again, and the Explorer comes up with a note I can't select a class. I set it to stay open and move it to the side and take a step. It disappears from the list. I step back and it's there again. They haven't moved in all the time I took to pick my class. Hello? Are you hurt? They probably can't hear me. A quarter of a kilometer puts a lot of walls between me and them. I look at where my way out is, the way back to my dad and the way back home to my dad and my friends in safety. Then into the darkness towards whoever is responsible for me getting a decent class and the help they must need. It's an easy choice. Court will still be there after I've helped them. I crack my last light and set out into the dark. No. I am setting out to explore the unknown. I'm an explorer now. That's what we do. And this concludes chapter 8 of The World Which Is. This will probably end what I'm considering part 1. I don't know if it will stick because for this to be part 1, I will have to ensure that the rest of the books is divided into parts. And I don't know if I'll be able to pull that off. I am a discovery writer and this works like that kind of by accident. So, but we will see. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a like. If you want to know when the next chapter is going to be up, subscribe and hit the bell. If you want to read the rest of the story, it is posted for free on Royal Road. If you want to read ahead of Royal Road and support me, that is on my Patreon, where I'm aiming to keep it 8 chapters ahead. If you want to listen to these live, it's every Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time on Twitch. Links are in the notes. And with that, I shall wish you a good day.